Gold Star. All right, hey y'all, we about to do a little podcast with Brady, and Brad from the Ride Along episode. So I figure I go on live so y'all can see it too. You can't see the people talking because we're not in person, but appreciate everybody who's coming in. Just trying to load it up right now. See if we get it going. About to do a podcast, so I just figure we go on live. I haven't been on live on YouTube before, so I said let me talk to my YouTube people. But actually, we're gonna be doing an interview. So if y'all want to watch, feel free. Let's see.
Heyo.
There I go.
What's going on, man?
What's going on?
How are you?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Gold Star Inspections, right?
Yeah. Just so y'all know, I got my YouTube people. I said I'm gonna go live so my YouTube people can listen in too.
All right. Look at you as well.
You know, I never did YouTube live. I said good chance. The kids gone. I got time.
What?
Yeah, man,
That's right.
she took them to the
Oh,
gym.
he kicked them all out of there.
I told you can't do it.
He said, man, with the kids, we got to figure something out. You might want to come over here.
Right.
Uh, that's funny. I've never done YouTube Live. I don't even do that much Instagram Live. I've done it every now and again.
I haven't done it either, so it's my
I'll
first time.
I'll activate the YouTube live stream just to give it a go here.
Okay.
We'll see how well we do tonight. Let me cue this up real quick.
For my YouTube people, it's my first time, so I don't know.
Dude, first of all, Trevon, right? Or
Yeah. Oh, Trey. Just go with Trey.
just Trey? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Dude, good to meet you, first of all. I mean, I only just followed you on Instagram. Last week
You just followed me.
I only just followed you. He's way behind. He's way behind. Well, here's the problem. When you start working for big corporate, then suddenly you're not fully in the inspection game in the same way, because back when I was doing a lot of video stuff, it was just with Facebook and LinkedIn.
Right.
When I was full time in the field, and then I started working with Porch, and I still got my LLC on the side, but I've been doing all of this other stuff for them, and TikTok took off. And Instagram took off, and I'm not in the field full time anymore. So I'm just like, I'm still learning who all is who.
Right.
So I didn't even know your name was Trayvon. Can you change his name to Trey?
Oh yeah, Trey Hill.
I learned that just now.
How did he know this?
I don't even know how he knew.
I don't know. I always say Trey. Yeah, Trey. Trey. If you can do
I
that.
thought he just got it wrong, and then you said no. Actually, it's Trey, and now see.
Yeah.
Oh, look, right. Yeah. Okay. That's
Yeah.
fixed it. All right. There we go.
Ooh, quick.
All right. So, dude, Trey. All right. The thing I think we were going to be talking about tonight is we've been kind of discussing things that everybody kind of wants to see and hear about.
All right.
And stuff that's been doing really well has been, let's see, like AI stuff, social media marketing stuff, tools of the trade. I mean, like we had one that was just about trucks and everything, and like inspection vehicles, and that one did really well.
I saw.
So, Matt and I were talking earlier. We were kind of thinking that it might be a good episode since you've both got great followings to just talk about kind of the joys, struggles, and learning curves of creating content around the inspection industry. So,
No, that sounds good.
I think, and Trey, we've touched on this a little bit in previous conversations. I mean, I think as inspectors out there in the field, but also creating content, we face some unique challenges. And I don't want to go into it too much because we tend to like do the podcast before the podcast sometimes.
Right.
But I mean, I think one of those things is like keeping up with the demand.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to touch on that. Also, like we've talked about before, like we're doing two things here. We are inspecting and creating a report, and we're creating a video.
Right.
And we have to make sure that we do both.
Yeah.
Because you can't, if you take a video of something, because okay, I found a video that can leave your mind and never actually make it to the report. Like we have to be very careful about that. So
Yes.
anyway, that's something else I want to talk about. But I feel like once we dive in here, we'll have a good old time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
absolutely, man. Was there anything that like you're really like working on right now that you kind of want to pitch or promote a little bit, or 'cause I don't know a whole lot about you.
Well, we gotta talk about this Facebook. Let's get this Facebook back on track, cause man.
So, I'm not sure if Brad knows about this, but and this ties right into like just challenges we have, right? But Trey had I don't know how many followers did you have over there on Facebook,
300K.
and it got hacked. It's gone.
Well, yeah. So now we rebuilding
Yep.
That sucks.
from ground zero.
Who's running the account now?
It's still me, but
Okay.
yeah, we just
Like they shut down your old one, or
somebody hacked it and took all my followers and stuff.
oh, that sucks.
Like I got in one morning, I just saw the followers just gone. I don't know, it seemed like because we started getting messages that people like, man, what are you posting? What are you doing? So like they would put a video of me on there and then put something, nasty on there and stuff. Like, well, that's not me, y'all. So it seemed like they just took the followers and gave them to people. Some people pay for followers. You know that.
I guess that's where they get it from. They're stealing from others.
Stealing from other people.
Hey, look, sometimes it's a slow market and you got to get on your feet finder game. But I'm not shaming, but it's hey.
I mean, you can shame that. I think that's shameful.
It's big time
Nobody
shame.
wants to see my feet, man. That's sure.
Oh, is that what you're talking about? No, your feet's fine. Oh, your
What's
feet.
that?
Your feet. You said feet.
Feet finders. Yeah.
Feet. Got it. Yeah, the feet thing. Yeah. No, I've never been into that.
No, definitely not.
I bet you got some good looking feet, though, Brad. I mean, I'll be honest.
Dude, I live at the beach, man. They're salty, crusty, beach feet.
Oh, that's like exfoliation, man.
Keep them in the sand. Keep them in the sand.
That's it. Cool. I think so. The way that we usually do it, I'll open the show. Matt, did you want to kind of do a little bit of the lead in, the intro on us before?
Yeah, I mean, I'm down with anything. I was just trying to come up with goofy ideas to bring the intro in because I like what you did last time.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that's cool with me. I don't care.
Okay. So we'll do a little teaser intro thing. I'll play the show intro, and then we'll just kind of jump right into it. Usually we do like a drink of the day. I just got straight back from the gym, so I'm gonna be that gym douche and have a protein shake. That's just what's here, and that's what I had time for. Yeah. So, and then I don't know, Matt. What do you got?
I got bourbon.
He's got the bourbon. Okay.
Yeah. I'm holding it down over here with the debauchery.
That's it. You
I got
represent
you
the
guys.
delinquents amongst us.
Yeah, I got sparkling water, so.
Hey,
I have that too.
All right.
Just so you
Hey,
know.
you got it all.
I got both. Okay.
Trey, where are you out of again?
Houston.
Houston as well.
Yeah, me and Matt, we down the street from each other, tell you the truth.
Yeah, we're neighbors.
Sweet.
Not
Yeah.
really, sort of. Houston neighbors.
In Houston, yeah.
Houston, you're an hour away. You might as well be a neighbor.
All right.
Houston's an hour away from Houston.
It is.
I only got to drive around it once. My dog might be making a guess. He's extremely insistent upon that. But all right, cool. I think we're good to go. We'll just jump right in and have a good time. Y'all ready?
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready.
All right. We're gonna go live. Don't count us in.
Behind the scenes, YouTube people.
Oh my gosh, we are live streaming, guys. Let's. Are you live, Matt? You live?
We're actually live.
We are.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me? Hello?
I'm
Hello?
I'm
Hello?
alive. I know I'm alive.
We are live and kicking. Let's roll the intro. Oh my gosh, it's another week of the ride along here. I'm excited because we've got a freaking awesome guest on the show here. Another guy out of Texas. We've been featuring a lot of Texas guys lately. That's because Texas is one of the most inspector rich populations in the country, and we got some absolutely awesome people out of there. But Matt, why don't you introduce our guest, since you guys are basically neighbors, as you put it here before we kicked off the show?
Yeah, we are. I mean, like, we don't live in the same neighborhood, but like I was saying before we started the show here, Houston is an hour away from Houston. So if you are, an hour away from me, you might as well be my neighbor. That's what I'm saying. Trey is my neighbor.
Yeah.
And so, we are. My good friend Trey Hill here from Gold Star Inspections is our guest today, and really, really happy to have you here, Trey. And I can't wait to get into some of these topics with you today, including social media and the challenges we face as home inspectors trying to create content out there.
Mm-hmm.
What part of Houston area are you from again, Trey?
I'm in Tomball.
All right, that's what I thought. Over in Tomball. So it's like we're close, but we're not that close, but we're close.
But close. If I had an inspection at his house, that would be close to me. I'd be like, yeah.
So, I mean, do you guys like refer each other out? Like if one of y'all is busy or?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Good stuff.
Absolutely. Well, Trey, I mean, something interesting about Trey, I mean, if you guys don't follow Gold Star Inspections, I mean, you certainly should do that. But Trey has a massive social media presence and a massive following, and he gets predominantly all your business from there, right?
Yeah. All of it come from there.
So he gets all, and so I know a couple years ago you started doing primarily new construction inspections. That's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so people, of course, call Trey and they're like, hey, I got this house from 1978. And he's like, nope, I only do new construction stuff. And he goes, oh, Matt. So he gets some inspections from Gold Star.
Right.
You're not sending him whenever I can't make it as well.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I love it. So just another guy. First of all of y'all listening live online, we're recording this as we go here. Usually my dog is pretty freaking chill, but he hasn't gotten to run around with a Frisbee tonight yet. And so he's decided this is a wonderful time to just squeak that toy like crazy in the background. So
dogs will be dogs. That's
dogs
for sure.
will be dogs. Yeah. You guys got dogs? Sound off in the comments if y'all got dogs. But Trey, I got to ask you a question, man. So how long have you been doing the social media game? Because it never ceases to amaze me that home inspections and home inspectors have taken off as influencers the way that they have the last several years. So how long have you been doing this?
Right. I would say about 3 years. To be honest, Matt don't even know this, how it all started. I used to so I've been doing inspections over 10 years. And the whole thing was to go into the real estate offices, the broker offices, go in there, you buy food. I know I have some videos talking about this, but so you buy them food, they tell you 50 people coming, and then 10 people show up. So you done bought food for 50 people and 10 people show up, and then they say, okay, you only got you got 10 minutes to talk, to say something. So then you do your spiel, and then one agent or two maybe say they'll try you out. And then what do they give you? A bad house, of course. So you get that bad house, and then you be like, and then they be like, I ain't using that guy. That guy, he put everything on the report. So, so actually, during that time, I saw an interview with Matt and A Action. A Action, and with Chris. So I used to look at some of their videos, and actually before that time, I was not on social media at all. Only thing I did was YouTube.
Okay.
That's it. And it just was when I was looking for stuff or watch videos. So the whole people, like the social media thing, Instagram, all that kind of stuff, I didn't have the app. I didn't go on it. I didn't look at none of that stuff. I was not involved, period. So after I saw that episode and Matt said on there, he's like, I haven't done a lunch and learn in like 2 years. I was like, 2 years, no lunch and learn? I was like, we're gonna have to try this. So
True.
I think at the time he had like 43,000 followers, and now look at him. But that was big, you know. It's just as you in it, you just start growing or whatever. But I was like, wow,
Sure.
like, you know, that was a big deal. So actually, so that's where after I saw that, that's when I actually started. Because before then, like during COVID and stuff like that, like trying to get business, you would walk around with the mask on and stuff. I tried all that kind of stuff. Had the little gift bags, and you know, showed the people open houses and stuff like that. And some of them got scared. I mean, I knocked on the door, had a mask on. They jumped. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I was already kind of, and social media, I guess, kicked off for me a little bit, like right as COVID hit. And so I was kind of already like had a foothold. And right as soon as I could not, and I continued to advertise in real estate offices really just because I enjoyed it.
All right.
And you know, actually, where I found was better than real estate offices was going to Champion School of Real Estate. See, I got my license, or I took my training through Champion School of Real Estate, and they have classes for real estate agents. Well, what you can guarantee there is attendance. And then you get attendance from people that are from various different offices. So you're kind of getting a little bit of, you know, you're getting your feelers out there in different real estate offices, even though, you know, not, you know, just with who's there. It's a variety of different people.
Right. I was doing that too.
I really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah, I was just about to get into that where I was setting it up where I was going to do some lunch and learns up there. But I had my cars up there and stuff. Like, really now, like this whole time, I got like 5 good realtors that actually use me all the time. And all the realtors I've seen, 5 of them that, and even right now, I'll try to clear my schedule to get to them. You know, they was thankful, you know what I mean? But some of them I got from, I got from Champions. And that's the school I went to also.
Yeah, I found that doing that was very effective, but then all of a sudden COVID hit and I couldn't do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, well, I didn't really need to, because I mean, at the time I had a really good, like, solid base of realtors. I was just marketing because I felt like I needed to market, you know, as a business. But I already kind of had a foothold in social media, so I just kind of kept going there. And man, yeah, it's been years now. It's been like 5 years since I've done anything like that.
Oh yeah.
And so yeah, it's, I mean, time flies, but yeah, that's how long it's been.
Right.
But social media has been you know, a big, you know, thing for me as well, as far as like how I get my business. And that's been going on, you know, for a real long time. Yeah, it's realtor referrals. Yes, it's word of mouth, but social media has been really huge. But you know, as and you, I mean, you know, yeah, I've been able to you know, work myself into a pretty large following, but you have a massive following. You just hit the ground running, man, and your content just really connects with people. People really relate to it, and you have, you know, amassed a huge following, and you should be really proud of that, man. But as you know, content creating home inspectors, I feel like you know, a topic that we should touch on is some of the unique challenges we face making this content in the field. All the time, there's always something.
Oh, yeah.
And so, are there any unique challenges that you think like you have to deal with? You know, that maybe, you know, somebody that's not out there creating content, something that just a certain extra step or something else that you got to do?
Well, let me take it back just a little bit, because so me not being on social media, not on them platforms, and you know, I just thought to myself, I said, man, who wants to hear about home inspections? Like, that's boring. That's what I thought to myself. But then, you know, Matt was doing like, well, somebody out there want to hear about it. So my thought was, how can I make it educational but also entertaining? Because my thought, like I said, I never been on those platforms. I never been on TikTok. Like, I downloaded TikTok and did a video. So my thought was, these people on here for entertainment. They ain't out here trying to learn. They're not swiping trying to learn. So my whole thing was trying to combine both of those things together. So during home inspection, that was kind of a challenge right there. That was the first challenge because I got my first video up there, and you look at it, it's terrible.
I still got mine. Dude, bad.
It's
Yeah.
You started off
terrible.
with the good old, hey, it's Trey here.
Oh yeah, you do all of that. Hey, my name is Trey. I'm about to do this home inspection back. Y'all want to look and see what we gonna find?
Immediately swipe out.
It's like
Yeah.
the real nice guy thing going on, man. Yeah, like it's so funny. We should go back and watch that.
Oh yeah,
To be honest, we shouldn't, but it is really funny
they
because
painful.
there in the beginning, you're like you don't really know what to do, and then you start to get your flow, a little bit in, and then it changes completely. You go back and look at that old stuff, you're like, oh my god.
Right,
Well,
right.
the thing is, that was actually, I mean, that was kind of taught back then. I mean, like back in like the Facebook videos days, there were so many inspectors and other influencers that you put your name, your brand, like you had your little opening spiel that you would do at the beginning of every video, or like you filmed,
I did it.
landscape because vertical video wasn't even a thing yet.
Oh yeah.
I used to do the show Inspection Connection with Rose Buckley. And she would always start all of her videos, hey, Rose Buckley here, your friendly Maryland home inspector up and it's like, but now that's just, it does not.
Cut that out. Yeah.
Cut that out. If they still there at the end, say it at the end.
Yeah, that's it.
But like right when you start, me, I like let's get straight to it. Now you
Now,
still
how did
there.
you develop your flow? Like, what's your normal? I guess your hook, your structure to your videos. Do you have a formula that you use, or do you just kind of let it rip?
Nah, I kind of let it rip. So here's a gem that I do. As I'm doing okay, first of all, like Matt, no, we busy doing a home inspection, and you got to you can't spend a whole lot of time taking retakes and stuff like that. So you inspecting, and then you find something, and you do a video or whatever. So anyways, your time is tight, period. I'm a home inspector first, so I'm putting more time into home inspection and finding things. And so that's my most time, period. So what I do is when I'm doing the home inspections and I find something, if it's big or small or whatever, I might keep on going and think in my head, like come up with some ideas as I'm working. And so therefore, when I shoot the video, I got something that I'm working on, or some kind of topic or way of, because it's like you're talking about videos. It's like a director. How are we gonna shoot it? What are we gonna talk about? All the script, all this kind of stuff got to be right here in this compact video, and you got to, and then you don't have time to do no retakes. Like I'm not doing retake, and I actually learned like my first one is the best one anyways.
Always.
So just keep going. So that's kind of my process. I kind of think of something, and then the ones that you really think about later, like for a while you think about and you put more work into it, those don't do good. So and the ones off the cuff that you think about while you're there and put it out, then yeah, it works.
I think I love what you said, like how, it's home inspection first. I mean, that's the deal, because a lot of people, they get the vision clouded here. I mean, because to be quite honest, there's things that go in my videos sometimes that don't go in my reports. I mean, it's not like smoke and mirrors. I'm not trying to tell people, sometimes I find something that may not be in my scope of work, but I think it is interesting enough to make a video on.
Right.
And so people get confused though, because they literally think my job is what's out there on the internet. And it's like, that's actually couldn't be further from the truth. Like my work and my inspection report, I mean, hundreds of pictures, I mean, tons and tons and tons of comments, and it takes a while to put this together.
Right.
There's a lot of information that goes in there. It's not just making a little video or whatever. So those are two really different things. But I do find, like, for me, and we've talked about this a little bit, Trey, but like one of the challenges for me, because you have to stay, because we're both, right? Because it's inspection first. Mm-hmm. We are content creators, and so we have to, we have to, and I want to get into the demand on that too, but like we have to meet that too. We need to keep creating this content. Oh, yeah. And so like we have to keep our mind focused on like inspection first and then video, because I have 100% been guilty of walking up, finding something. Usually it's the really good, like funny stuff too, you know? And I'll be like, oh, that's amazing. And I'll pull out my phone and I'll video it right away. And then later on when I'm, doing my report, I'm like, oh, shoot, that didn't make it to the report.
Right.
And I've literally taken screenshots from my phone before. Because I'm like, man, and it makes you think like, oh man, I never want to miss anything.
Right.
Filming a video,
Right.
And so I have to stay focused.
Yeah.
To like go inspection first. That's a challenge.
Oh yeah.
Because we're trying to like in order to keep up with the demand, which is another challenge. Like we're filming stuff daily.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We're making. I mean, not all of it works, but we're filming stuff daily.
Oh yeah.
Trey, I want to hear about your workflow. Let's jump right into that next. But before we do, we got to do our drink of the day segment, sponsored by Inspection Fuel. We do. That's sponsored by Inspection Fuel. We got
That's right.
We got to pay the bills here. So go sign up for Inspection Fuel September 8th to the 10th. It's in New Orleans. It's going to be at the Marriott there, I believe.
Oh.
But go to inspectionfuel.com/register to sign up. Matt, what you sipping on?
Nope, I'm not going first on this one. You guys start.
Right. Hey, Trey, this is a little tradition that we do. Just whatever we have to be sipping on. What have you got?
I actually got some sparkling water. So
Perfect.
What kind of sparkling water?
this is Kirtland's. It's Costco. So
Costco, man.
Right
yeah,
on.
the first time I tried it, I was like, that's nasty. Then I made it cold. I was like, I can do that.
You get used to it. Sparkling water's you gotta kind of get used to it. But once you do, I think you kind of crave it. I do.
Right.
Dude, Costco gas, when you drive as much as we do as inspectors, it saves you so much money, man.
That's the only gas I go. I was like, man.
Yeah.
Never done that.
Do it, man.
You know about that?
That's a
Kroger gas. I got
be
a
shopping.
discount there. So
There you go. Yeah, no, it's in Florida. It's like 30 cents a gallon cheaper than normal pump gas.
Yeah, maybe Costco gives some money for shouting them out right now.
There you go. I like the way you're thinking. I am sipping on I'm boring tonight. I got a little protein shake. Been trying to be more consistent on staying healthy. This was, I had a conversation. There's a video on this. I think it's on the YouTube channel. It's way back a year and a half ago. I was talking with Wally Conway, where he was talking about just the importance of prioritizing your own health especially when you get to the crazy season that you're in. I have an inspector, agent that I did inspections for back in Virginia. She's down here in Florida now too. She sent me a video. I posted this up on my inspection dude Instagram. She was like, "Hey, check this out. This is the first inspection we ever did together." And Lord Almighty, was I just depressed, out of shape. Everything was a meal out of the bag because I was doing 3 inspections a day, 10 to 12 inspections a week, and just not taking care of myself at all. And I'm like, oh man, I got just looking in the mirror. I've never been like a gym selfie guy. That's not how I roll. But at the same time, I was like, dude, I am pleased with a little bit of the progress made there. So I've been staying after it. So
That's
I snuck
good.
into the gym before I started recording here tonight. So
That's good.
take care of yourselves, y'all.
Oh yeah.
What you sipping on, Matt?
Well, Inspection Fuel, it's okay. I got you. I know what's going on here. But you guys are sponsoring the drink of the day, right? And so I got you. I am also drinking sparkling water. This is a Waterloo.
There it is.
But that's just a
Healthy
sidecar.
episode.
That's just a sidecar, right? So here's what I got. This right here is what we call an infinity bottle. Anybody know what an infinity bottle is? So what an infinity bottle is, I got my glass right here. I take the last little bit of bourbon bottles that I have, and I pour it in my infinity bottle. And so it makes my own little ever-changing custom blend of bourbon.
Dude, I need it. Is it just a decanter that you use? Like a standard?
Yeah.
Okay. I love it. I got to get in on that. All right.
Here, Inspection Fuel, September
8th through the 10th.
8th through the 10th.
There you go. Cheers, guys.
New Orleans.
Let us know. Yeah, let us know what you're sipping on in the comments. Let us know what's in your infinity bottle. But back to it, dude. Trey, what is your inspection process like that allows you to, be thorough on the job and also crank out content at the same time that you do?
I mean, I just kind of, like I said, I've been doing it like 10 years. So I have my process of how I inspect and what I'm used to putting on report and things like that. So a rule now, as far as content and inspection, is put in a report first. And that's my rule. And after Matt knows, you see so many houses, stuff just, So even when I walk in the house, and if I'm turning on lights and stuff like that, if I see something, I go ahead and put in a report. Because my mind says, we already saw that, and keeps going. Even once I get to that part. So that's what I do with the videos. I put in a report first, and then I'll shoot the video. So make sure I got what I need to get first. So
That's brilliant, man. Now, do you bring people around with you while you're doing the inspection, or do you do your inspection first and then do the summary walkthrough?
yeah, I like the summary walkthrough because again, after years of doing this, you find I'm that inspector that I went to a house I did yesterday today. Cause I forgot something and realized it. I said, let me go back. So I'm that inspector. Like if I miss something, I'm gonna go back and check it and make sure it's working. So when people come and start talking and things like that, it can mess up your routine and you can forget that you didn't do certain things. And then when you start working that report, that's when you find out, oh man. So I'm a fan of people coming close to the end, and that way I've done my process, and then I can walk them through and show them things that I found.
Yeah, I very much am the same way. Brad does things a little bit differently. I think that, obviously it works for some people to have people walk. I think it might be a certain personality thing. I think Trey and I maybe share that same, personality trait where it's like, we really need to stay focused because we can get distracted.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the real important thing to think about there is realizing that you have that personality trait,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Because if I just say, yeah, come on to the inspection, like I'm actually doing, I at least I feel like I could be doing the client a disservice because I feel like I'm putting myself into a position where I can easily get distracted. It has happened before,
Oh yeah.
not on purpose, but it has happened before.
Right.
Let me tell you, man, I'm that inspector too. Like I don't sleep good if I
Oh
don't
yeah.
feel like I've done a great job.
Right. Right.
Brad, you take people around with you, don't you?
I do, yeah. I've touched on this in past episodes, so I don't want to be too redundant about it. For me, it was a product of where I was in Virginia and Washington D.C. And there were some content creators up there in that neck of the woods. But back during COVID, we were talking about y'all were talking about not being able to get in offices and market as much. The whole real estate market up there was popping so much that I didn't have to market either. People were looking for an inspector to come do something in 30 minutes. It was real estate was flying off the shelf. Inventory was almost non-existent because it was cash buyer competitions. It's just going as fast as it came available. So you had to, at least with Ken Humphreys, my area manager that I used to work with back at BPG, he kind of trained me on a methodology where you try to get as much done in 2 to 2.5 hours as possible. And the best way to do that and kind of honor everybody's time, since everybody had someplace else to be in the DC area, is just to have them come along with you. And the benefit there, if you're able to kind of walk and talk, is that you've got multiple sets of eyes. And this actually, this happened at the home inspection that I had last Monday. I had a couple, and there was one thing I was explaining it, and I was taking a picture of one thing over here, and on my ISN report writer app, nice little plug there. The buyer went, "Hey, did you see this right here?" And it was a product of I just hadn't turned around to see it yet, but I'm glad that he saw it because I'm like, it's just kind of two sets of eyes. And, it also allows me to diffuse situations as they come up. So when I look and notice a defect and point out a problem, I can kind of give them the lowdown on the good, the bad, and the ugly, or how fixable and repairable it is. So they're not just scared crapless on a 30-minute walkthrough, like, oh my gosh, this is an overwhelming amount of things wrong. As I'm going around, I'm pointing out things that are right too. So they feel very invested in it. But the downside is if you want to create content, you can't. Because it's awkward, right? Like, hey guys, hold on, I got to film a TikTok, right? You know, can't really do that. But so it's you're limited in what you're able to do. But it's just a very different approach. And I've thought about going back, since it's a little bit slower paced down here in Florida. I've thought about going back to kind of exactly what y'all do.
So I don't think we can get through this episode without talking about Trey's tagline.
I need to hear it.
You don't know it? That ain't right, man.
I'm sorry.
That ain't right. If you don't know my tagline, that ain't right. It just ain't right. That's the tagline. That ain't right.
I love it, man. So we got. That's not supposed to do that, and that ain't right on this.
That's right. That's right. We got that. It's not supposed to do that.
and
then we got.
That ain't right.
Those in one episode.
One of those. Because Inspector Randall's doing this now. The little pointy hands. Have you gotten yourself?
Yeah, man. Me and Trey talked about that a couple of days ago. Man, I love it. I love it. I mean, I don't anticipate buying one. Okay, I'm not gonna hop on that. I'm gonna let those guys have that. We got a few of them out there doing it now. Enough of them out there doing it now.
Right.
But I tell you what, man, that was a real genius thing that he did.
Yeah, I think that was genius. But no, I'm not gonna order one. I just.
No, it was. I mean, I love it though. I mean, honestly, I watch it every time it comes up. I can't get enough of it.
Oh, it's really good. Yeah, really good.
But Trey, when did you notice your videos starting to pop off? And what was it, kind of a change or a tweak that you made that really kind of helped to lead to that?
So fortunately for me, TikTok hopped off quicker than all the other ones. So like when I first started, I was doing everything, and then TikTok kind of went crazy, and so my focus went to what was going crazy, so I started doing more TikTok. But my first video was my first That Ain't Right video, and I did a house. It was a phase 2. Them people didn't buy that house. Anyway, it was a phase 2 house, and just the builder, it was just a lot of stuff just bad. Like the house wasn't even ready, dirty and stuff like that. Windows broken, just everything just bad. And so that was my first one doing That Ain't Right. And that one just blew up. And so after that, I knew that, I gotta hit it. That ain't right, that ain't right. Every video after that was That Ain't Right, because I need to make sure people know my presence. Oh yeah, just like the hand thing,
Yeah.
Everybody can do that, you know what I mean? So, and of course people did try to take it. So, but at that time I had such a following, or people fighting for me and saying, no, you taking his stuff,
That's actually how me and Trey met. That's actually how I met.
Talk about it, Matt. Talk about it.
So one day, and I got, man, my it's not supposed to do that stuff, man. And look, we might have talked about this before, but like as a content creator, I find that I don't have a whole lot of time to consume content, and so I actually go out of my way to try to do that now. But I mean, I know back in those days I wasn't at all, because I was busy working and creating, and that was it. I have to make time for it now. But yeah, I wasn't really consuming any content, so I didn't really follow people, or I just kind of did my own thing out there, And what I was doing, what I did instead of consuming content, was I focused on something that Trey doesn't do at all. Hey.
I'm sorry.
You got to re-record. That ain't right. that ain't right.
Well, that mama, yeah. She.
So what? Where was I? We were talking about
how you guys met.
Yeah, how we met. So what I did, instead of consuming content, was I kept up with all of my comments, which we should talk about. Trey doesn't do that, but I was keeping up with comments. I was replying to people. I was pushing engagement and all that stuff. All the things they encourage you to do. I was doing all of that, and so this guy pops off, and he's like telling me how much I've ripped off Trey. Like, he's just like, I can't read. He said something ugly to me, and he said you're just copying Gold Star Inspections. Called me a copycat, all this stuff. I said, hey, bro, I'm sorry, but I don't know who you're talking about. Like, I don't know what's going on. And I was kind of sarcastic to him because I was like, hey, if you want to defend Gold Star Inspections, whoever that is, so much, why don't you be nice and tag them in this, you know? Because I had a large account at the time. I was like, if you tag them, people will see it, you know? But instead, you're just saying this, and nobody even knows. I can't even go to the guy's page. Well, me and the guy went back and forth several times, and then he finally told me, he was like, yeah, he's bigger on TikTok. I was like, oh, I don't even have TikTok. I go, okay, all right. And so then he finally, I think he ended up emailing me or something, some way to find you. And so I did. I found it. Oh, look up Trey, and I was like, we're in the same city. We're in the same city. I was like, this guy's got to be a great guy. So I looked through his content. He was creating some awesome content, and so I called him up. His number was right there. I called him up. He answers the phone. Gold Star Inspections. I said, yeah, this is Matt with Texas Edge Home Inspections. I was hoping I could talk to Trey or something like that. And he goes, yeah, I'm on a job. Can I call you? Wait, who is? I said, this is Matt with Texas Edge. And he's like, I heard of you. He was like, I watch your stuff. And then, I mean, that's it, man. You know, we've been friends ever since, basically.
Yeah, and kudos to Matt, you know, calling me and doing that. Some people don't do that. But yeah, I was like, man, what's up, man? What's going on? I watch your stuff all the time. So
it was cool. I mean, like, you know, because people even still today try to, like, you know, put us against each other.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I feed into it. Dre doesn't at all, but which I commend you for that. But I mean, this dude, you know, he marches to the beat of his own drum, man. I mean, he puts out this content, pretty much posts and goes. You don't really talk to nobody on there, dude. He doesn't engage with anybody.
The deal is, and in the beginning though, and also on the other side, I have 3 young babies. I got an older one, you know, 25, 24, but then I got 3 young ones. One is 5, and I got 7 twins, boy and girl. That's 3. They about to be 4 in July. Nice. So you think about 3 diapers, 3 kids in diapers, crying, all that. So mama ain't, once I'm done working and I come home, mama said, you are home. You got these babies, they need to eat, they need diapers, you know. So I didn't.
Time to be fooling around with this.
Right. And in the beginning I tried, because that's what they say. You gotta talk to the people, you gotta, you know. So I was trying to do that, and she was like, what you doing? So I just never had, had that time to do it. So I just started post and go, you know, basically. And the people start talking. You got to have thick skin. Sometimes you go in there and read stuff and then get you going and stuff like that. And I did that early on, but then I kind of stopped, and now I let the people talk. You know, they start talking, somebody else started talking, and they arguing back and forth, whatever. So yeah, and I learned that what's that, interactions or whatever, what they call it, whatever, interactions, but
engagement.
Yeah, engagement. So the more they do, the more push your video out. So yeah. Keep talking.
Yeah, I love it when people get in arguments with each other.
Right.
That's great. And I don't even have to do the work; they just argue with each other.
Exactly.
Say the word sigh.
Don't even start.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's another question that I want to ask both of you guys, because Preston Kincaid posted something. It was kind of 6 steps that content creators or aspiring content creators need to take as home inspectors. And one of them, I find this to be very controversial. It works for him. It works for certain other individuals that we will or will not name on the show here. But he definitely espouses the always have a villain in your videos approach, whether it be the builder or the homeowner or there's always somebody who's the bad guy, you know. And I don't know that I agree with that, just because I'm here to be helpful. I'm not here to, I feel like that only pushes the deal killer narrative. But what's y'all's take on it?
Well, I think do you. You know, if that works for Preston to have a villain in his videos, and let me tell you, brother, it works for him on TikTok. It works very well for him on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
And so, I mean, he should do that, right?
Right.
I don't do that, but I do a variety of different things. And so, there's definitely some villains in some of my videos, but I wouldn't say that I make that a habit.
Right.
What about you, Trey?
No, I don't. I'm kind of a happy, fun inspector type when I do my videos. Like doing inspections, I'm boring. Okay, just be truthful. You quiet and you just looking at stuff. But the best part of the day is actually me shooting video. So I actually enjoy it, and so I try to bring some life into it and try to be funny. If I see something funny about it, I want to put that in there. So I'm just more so on that side. But I'm like Matt, whatever works for you work. Of course, you got all these different kind of movies. You got scary movies, you got happy movies, you got comedy.
Something for everybody.
Everybody watching them. So, and it kind of like I said, social media is like TV on your phone. So whatever people like, that's what they're gonna go to.
My assessment of your content, man, is like you're not making a villain out of anybody. You're just an advocate for the people.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's it. Like he's going to say, "Hey, get it inspected because they'll leave your house like this," But he's not, saying not speaking specifically to any builder or saying anything necessarily bad about the builder or any nothing like that. Just get it inspected. Let me help you. Let us help you. So you've been an advocate for the people. You've been an advocate for the industry of home inspection, and stuff that you put out there, the stuff I put out there. I mean, if we're just increasing awareness to people to get home inspections, like I feel like we're doing our job. That's what it was for. Even if you don't call me, man, call Trey, call somebody.
Get some help from somebody.
Get it looked at. And the thing is do I want you to call me? Do I want you to call? Yeah, I mean, of course, but I can't help everybody. Mm-mm. I can't help everybody here. Mm-mm. And my reach, your reach is, nationwide at the minimum. I mean, we can reach people all the way across the U.S. and further. And so why not be an advocate for the industry itself?
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like Trey's position really is. Like, at least that's the impression that I get. He's not making a villain out of anybody. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like some people do that, like you said, and it is very successful for some people. But I think the biggest thing when it comes to creating content is to be yourself. Like, you've got to be true to yourself. Because if you're not true to yourself, then it's going to show, and people are not going to think it's authentic. They're not going to like your content. And if being true to yourself means having a villain in your videos, like for Preston, then that works. That's the reason why it works for him.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't make him a villain. He's just a different personality.
Yeah. Everybody got their thing. Like, he's able to do long videos. I mean, long. I was like, wow. Yeah. He can do it and like tell a story, whatever. But whatever. I think like you said, find what works for you and be yourself. After all the from the beginning of starting content to now, I think the whole thing was learn how to press record and be yourself. Mm-hmm. That's the challenge. A lot of people press record and they change. They change who they are. So
that's what we used to do.
Oh yeah, and it comes
figure out that it's actually okay to just be yourself.
Yeah, it comes.
That little groove.
Right, it comes with repetition. Keep doing it, keep doing it. Now, press record is nothing. It's part of your day. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's really what my thing is. Again, going back to being new on social media, I said nobody want to see a commercial. I think a lot of people, I'm an 80s baby, so a lot of people looked at it and take it that way when they said, I'm going to put business on social media, and they like, let me talk about my company, let me sell and it's a commercial. My name is Trey Hill, I'm in gold.star Inspections. You need inspection, call 832. It's a commercial. And like, what do we do on YouTube when ads come on? Soon as that skip, you be waiting, 5, 4, 3, 2. So nobody wants to see a commercial. So even on that side of content, polished content, okay, there's a place for it, and there's a place where it's really. So sometimes when you're looking at a video and it looks too polished, it looks like a commercial. So you like next. So I try to be genuine and clear cut on that, but yeah, I'm not. I mean, that's basically what it is. I'm not trying to do a commercial. And a lot of times I don't even say get an inspection. You need inspection. I go another route. So I might say, yeah, you don't need an inspection, but you're gonna need a plumber, or you're gonna need somebody to figure out where this mold gonna come from. But you don't need an inspection.
I had somebody get so mad at me one time because I started out a video and I said 4 reasons why you should not get a pre-drywall inspection. Right? And like I ended the video saying, so this is the reasons why you shouldn't get a pre-drywall inspection. Save your money because you're going to need it when all this water comes in your house.
Right.
And one guy got so mad at me because, and I guess he didn't watch it to the end, but he was like, I like all your stuff, but you're saying 4 reasons why you shouldn't get an inspection? And I'm like, bro, it's sarcasm, man.
Right.
I'm sorry. You didn't get that.
Right.
That's genius. That's a hook that gets them to watch. Especially like save that kind of like shock jock stuff for like when you start to see the numbers dip a little bit, just throw something like that out there where they're just like, wait, what?
Right.
It gets their attention.
I feel like we got to touch on something here. We were talking about challenges that we face as content creating inspectors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, one challenge is, social media is always changing.
Oh yeah.
One platform might die completely. One, so if you don't like have your hands in all of them, like, at some point, like I was really late to the TikTok game, and thankfully I've had a couple of videos do pretty well in the last couple of weeks. I had one just last week that popped off, and so I'm finally actually starting to get some traction on it. But it's taken like 3 years. Like I bought my following from Instagram with just allow my TikTok account. Whenever I first started, I did this intro video. Trey was in it, man.
Oh, yeah.
I did this intro video with Trey and some other friends, and it was like, hey, I'm on TikTok, and like nothing, man. Like nothing happened. It was the slowest moving platform that I've, at least since I had a following that I've dealt with. And so I didn't know what to make of that, but it's taken a long time, but I finally started to figure it out. I'm starting to get some things going. So things are constantly changing, and they constantly change the rules and the algorithm. I mean, lately, Texas Edge has been dropping followers, and that seems to be happening to a lot of folks I know as well with larger accounts. And so, I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm blessed to have what I have, but the thing is like that could disappear at any moment. And that's really where I'm getting at, because Trey had a very substantial Facebook account. Facebook was one of those things I ignored for years. And then a couple of years ago, I started to put a little bit of effort into it by the advice of somebody that said, hey, it's actually, there's a lot of movement over there. And I did. And an account that stayed stagnant for years, I put a little bit of effort into it and it just popped off. And it went up, and now it's kind of leveled out at this point, but it's pretty large.
Mm-hmm.
You had a large Facebook account. Something happened.
Oh yeah. Somebody decided to hack up in there. They said, Trey don't need all these followers. I need them. And they took them. Took all my followers. So
what happened there?
we had got up to 300,000 followers.
Oh, yeah.
And it actually was somebody was I think it was somebody was trying to get into, well, they came over basically saying that we trying to do an interview and stuff like that. And some kind of way they got in there and just took the followers.
So your followers just disappeared.
Yeah, it just disappeared. Like,
Were you able to rebuild? I mean, I know you're working on rebuilding, but how successful has that been so far? Or is it just, have the previous audience been able to find you on the new account? Or?
So that's the deal. Like, how you gonna say, here I am, when you don't have nothing? And then so I was late to Facebook. I never had a Facebook account, whatever. I didn't do Facebook, so I was late. That was my last one. And I said, same thing. It kind of blew up quicker than what I expected. But on Facebook, there's a bunch of accounts that was steal. Like, out of all the platforms, Facebook got the most accounts that would steal your content and post it. And somebody got a page that said that ain't right, and they post all my videos.
I report them. Whenever I see them, I report them.
I report it. I don't see nothing happening. And a lot of on the old account, a lot of people report all kind of, accounts, and they, nothing happened. So I don't know what's going on that front, like on Facebook, as far as them securing and making sure that stuff stays, legit. But I don't think they're doing a good job.
Is your new one starting to grow a little bit? I know.
Since Brad did a video and that put some gas in it for a little bit. So
I think he means Matt. And Brad didn't even know.
oh, my bad.
I was trying to think. I was like, did I?
You do stuff you don't even know.
Trey, we try to help each other out, right? Trey did a video to kind of send some people over to my YouTube page, and I did the same for him over on Facebook. And man, like the people, like it's so funny because most of the time I just get people saying, "Hey, you ripped off Trey," but like whenever Trey's like, "Hey, go check out Matt," I'm like, "Hey, go check out Trey." Like the people were so kind.
Mm-hmm.
And they made sure to know, like, hey, Trey sent me here. Gold Star sent me here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a new subscriber. Looking forward to all this stuff. It was so nice. It was really refreshing. It was really cool. And I saw a pretty substantial jump, like a noticeable jump on YouTube within a few days of that. So, man, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it too, man.
No, well, I appreciate you coming on the show for sure, Trey. Where can everybody follow you? I mean, drop your handle here for each platform that you're on, so we can help you at least rebuild a little bit of that Facebook.
So, if you want the real Trey Gold Star Inspections, all of them are the same. It's gold.star.inspections. All of them. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It's the same one. Gold.star.inspections. If it's something else, that ain't right.
I love it. Well, dude, Trey, thanks so much for coming on the show. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Go follow Trey. Go sign up for Inspection Fuel. And we'll see you next time right here on
The Ride Along.
He got it. All right, cool. So stay on real quick. It's going to start uploading now. You should see a little thing in the corner of your screen. It was a little slow last week. Dude, that was a good episode, guys.
Yeah, it was. It was good.
Oh, yeah.
It moved fast.
It was
fast. It was. I can't believe we're at 45 minutes already.
I know.
We just sit here and yak all night.
We got so much.
I do feel like that. There hasn't been one of these yet that I thought, oh man, thank God that one was over. Every single one of them, I'm like, we should just do that one again. We should do another one.
Oh yeah, we got so much more we can talk about. So much more.
For sure.
Definitely, man.
Oh yeah.
Actually, let me. I'm gonna switch cameras off here.
I'm gonna let my YouTube people go. All right, y'all. That was it. This is my first time going live. If y'all like it, hit me in the comments. Maybe I'll do it more. All right, see y'all later.
No, I'm sorry I hadn't heard of you before, man. I apologize. I've been out of the game on social media.